Seattle.
Yeah, and he's been
Seattle.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
Chase
What
Sexton, that is
was that?
Again, we'll see if he's going to be all right. That was a gnarly.
Hello, Albert here, Moto Academy channel. This is a brand new YouTube channel, so thank you guys for checking it out. If you want to help out in a big way, hit the subscribe button. We're going to try to build this Moto Academy YouTube channel up as much as we can over the next few months, because this is the stuff that excites me. Like, I love watching races and looking at it from a really analytical point of view. And these will be reaction based, right? I will admit, I started the computer and I watched the first 45 seconds, but then I paused and I remember that I was supposed to be seeing all these for the first time in real time, just to make it interesting for you guys. Some of this I did see, I'm sure, on the live broadcast. Some of these I might have not seen, period. And as I watch them, I'm gonna try to do my best to explain exactly what's going on and why things are being caused. When you watch it on TV, they don't have enough time to go in depth, so they usually brush over topics that for you guys, if you are riding on a weekly or any type of regular riding basis, or especially if you're trying to improve in any facet, you have to understand what's going on with the dirt bike and why things are happening. So many people are circulating the track and just mistakes are happening. They're railing a turn perfect and then they crash in the next lap and then they rail it perfect again and they can't figure out why. My goal is to just teach you guys the why, and then boom, all of a sudden riding becomes way more fun and way more safe. So if you want to train with me, go to themotoacademy.com. I'm touring the world this year in 2022, so check out, see if there's a location near you. If there isn't, you can train with me online. So click the club tab inside of the website, and that'll bring you to our app that's in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. And you can train with myself and Jet Lawrence inside of there. We just went live last night watching the Seattle race with Jet in his living room, and Hunter wins. So it's like so cool to see that reaction in real time. All of you guys in the Moto Academy were watching that live, which was amazing. And then our agent Lucas and Hunter hop on a FaceTime call and call us up. So that, and you guys were all in on that together. So if you want to have those cool experiences inside of the app, subscribe. You can send in your riding footage to be analyzed, all types of cool stuff going on in there. Oh yeah, and you can get the brand new two-stroke merch. You guys can support Stank Dog season a little bit by scooping up some of this merch on the Moto Academy site, and every dollar you spend on the site, whether it's for a class, a shirt, or training online, you guys will have the opportunity to win a brand new bike. Always. Anytime you spend money, whether it's the pit bike that's going on right now, or hint hint, I'm going to be giving away the two-stroke that I'm going to race next, so there will always be an incentive to purchase on the website, which I think is cool, because giving away bikes is fun. Alright, so here we go. We got Seattle. I don't know where these are gonna be from or what's happening. That was a good one, and his head gets stuck in the bike. When you watch these guys crash in the whoops, it is always because of two reasons, and reason number one never happens. Either you are looping out, which almost never happens, or you're going over the bars. If you're going over the bars, that's happening because the weight is transferring to the front of the bike. So in this circumstance, he probably got his weight too far back. It bucked him, and then it threw his knees and his whole pelvis forward. As soon as your knees cross in front of the foot pegs in the whoops, that's what's going to put you on the ground every time. He was wedged in there. You know what's funny as a racer is you get in that situation and you just so quickly it normalizes as to like, oh yeah, I guess that's normal. My head was just stuck in the bike. You don't even think anything of it. And then you finish your practice like nothing even happened. See, watch his knees. He leans a little too far back on a couple and it starts doing like almost a teeter-totter effect, throwing him back and forward, where he should be absorbing these vertically and not forward and back. And look at every whoop he hits, his knee is just blowing forward towards the shroud. When you watch Christian Craig, Hunter, or Jet Lawrence, any of these top guys hit the whoops, they're dropping their heels and their knees stay in position the whole time. That's the key. Whoops are really easy to learn if you can commit. That is the hardest part about whoops, is it's terrifying, it's almost impossible to commit. Wow. So this was, you see Chase try to shift up, he hit neutral. Whether it was false neutral or the real one, I'm guessing he was first gear coming out of that corner because that turn's so tight. And probably shifting up to second, so that was probably a legit neutral. I highly doubt he was going from second to third there, but he could have. And the reason, now can you jump on top of that triple tabletop and land in neutral and save it? Yes, but you have to know that it's coming. If you knew that that was coming stuck in neutral, he would have absorbed and like preloaded himself off. Notice how he lands on top of that table with really stiff legs. It's because he was expecting to push through as fast as possible. So he didn't want to absorb, he wanted to deflect. And when he didn't have the power to get him through that, it was instant endo. Instant endo. Good thing he had the instinct to tuck his head like that, because yikes, that is the type of crash that does you know what if he were to scorpion in that situation and have the bike hit him. That's a really, really not good situation to be in. Like, I'm very, very happy that he's okay, because that was not a good one. Sometimes you see crashes and they can almost be comical because it's a technical slow speed crash, but that was no joke. Gosh, dirt bike guys are so tough. Just to be like, even think about getting up in that situation. All right, what do we got here? Oh, okay, so watch his outside foot. It's just kind of dragging the rear brake a little bit, which first of all is gonna stand the bike up and make it wanna ride up and out of the rut, which his front tire did end up going up and out of the rut. But he's also, when his foot's like that, dragging the rear brake and kind of halfway on, halfway not, he's not putting any pressure on that. So the chance of him getting any type of bite in the tires is pretty low. And number two, what that does is, guess where that, his inside foot is off the foot peg and his outside foot is barely on it. So where's his weight? It's in his butt. So every time he hits one of those bumps, his butt is getting shimmied out of position. That's an easy fix. Okay, so we got these guys on different rhythms. Cade having a single in the turn, loses all types of momentum. Moran's, this was a good line. This was like a healthy block pass. Aggressive, sure, because he was going to meet him 50% of the way through the turn. That's aggressive, but that's clean. Where it went wrong is Cade started squaring down, which was obviously his normal line in the whoops every lap. But I tell you what, if it were last lap in an last lap for the last transfer spot, I would not be cutting down like that. So Cade really shouldn't have done that. That's on Cade, and I'm like best friends with Cade. He's awesome. But Cade really should have aimed towards the Dunlops and stayed standing longer, number one, to protect himself a little bit more. And then to just ride the high line. And if he committed to that, there's no way Moran's would have made the pass, because he would have had to have like kamikaze to make it happen. If you commit to that outside line, that's the best defense you can play. And Troll right here, first of all, he's short, so it does not help Alex at all in a situation when things go wrong in the whoops. But it's an immediate, he hangs the back tire on that triple, and then he goes to go 3 out, but he had no leg clearance to his butt, because you watch, it clips his butt, and then that's what throws his whole hips and knees forward, which then makes him endo off this one. The whole reason that happened was the landing of the triple before that caused that whole thing. Another bad situation. The bike, he got lucky. The bike kind of hit him, but pretty much missed him. Yeah, it missed him. Man, these are all my buddies too. And we just take such hard hits. All right, here's Moran's wicked cross rut. Amazing save. Hits the thing with his elbow, which hopefully they show from a different angle here. And still, like, he's able to save this because he keeps his head forward and he lands very level. And even through his whole mess up, all of this crap, he stayed pretty head forward. Where things go wrong in this is where you try to extend the elbows and get the weight back because you go into like panic mode. That's when it just completely flings you over the front. Like, he was landing on these tough blocks and kind of getting away with it, which never happens. Those tough blocks will eat your bike up. It's almost like you just nick it and you come to a stop. So that was very impressive. And Moran's is strong. Jet even said it in the live stream last night. Jet goes, "This is weird to say, but I seen with a shirt off one time, and he's fit." So there are some guys that are built more fast twitch muscle like that. All right, let's see. So overshoots it. So his suspension compresses and is unloading. Still unloading. There's no wonder you'd wash out in that situation. It's because his suspension isn't in the stroke. It's so important to time things perfectly in Supercross so that your suspension can be in its happy place, is what I call it. If you overshoot and you slam really hard, that suspension is going to be coming up as you really need that bite the most. Now, I wouldn't consider this as dirty. Now, if that were like anywhere past the halfway mark in the race, it becomes even more acceptable. I think where this is maybe a little unacceptable is it was very early in the race. But, I mean, look he's turning. He definitely doesn't leave him much track, but that's a healthy, aggressive pass. And Craig just got caught in just the wrong way, where like his boot, Mosiman's boot hooked onto something and it almost pivoted Craig's bike off the ground. Yeah, that was just more unlucky than anything. I feel Craig just ends up in the wrong place at the wrong time frequently. And I don't know if that's his fault necessarily. All right, here we go. Barsha, outside foot's a little loose, but nothing really wrong so far. I still don't see anything wrong. Oh, wow, it didn't even look like he got cross-threaded. He must have been just trying to land so far to Ryder's right there to avoid ruts, is my guess, that he just took the risk of getting that close to the tough blocks and just misjudged. Another wicked lucky one. I mean, look at where he hits. And the way he folds and the way the bike hits, it doesn't jam his knee at all. I mean, maybe it did a little bit, but extremely, extremely lucky. Wow, 9 minutes went by fast. Hopefully there's not more crashes, but when there's highlights, because there always is, let's face it, I will be watching it in real time for the first time, hopefully. Most of that was for the first time that I've seen it. And just giving my raw reaction and hopefully some helpful breakdown as well. Again, if you guys want to train, head over to themotoacademy.com. I'm gonna edit this video and then take a nap. I just flew back from Florida yesterday. I'm exhausted. See you guys next video. Subscribe. Toodaloo.